Welcome everybody. Welcome back. Number 7, the big 7, lucky number 7, episode 7. Thank you again for tuning in. If you are a returning viewer, we get like 100 views. It's pretty
That's
surprising.
not bad.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
decent.
98 of them are me. I just have it on loop in the background. I got to pump those numbers. But we have with us Jared. Jared, say hello.
Hello.
Do you have you have any words of wisdom for the viewers?
No, not right
No.
now.
Okay. All right. And Roger,
Hello, what's up?
Roger, our guru, expert, financial predictor, Nostradamus over here, Roger, and we're gonna get to that. So actually, let's just get into that first because about 2 or 3 weeks ago, before Tarkir came out, I was like, oh, we were talking about some of the cards and stuff, Roger, and I think you had mentioned Tursa, Light, whatever, Light Shatter, and I was like, no, this card sucks. It's random. But look what has happened. There are at least 2 decks that are winning tournaments, standard, using Tursa. Two of, sometimes four. Like the Jeskai Oculus deck is using it. That's the main one right now, which has been winning a lot of tournaments lately, actually. And then
Is
there's
that
a
pushing? Is that pushing Oculus back up too, or no?
I don't know. I don't know what was going on with all the prices of all singles over the last like month have just steadily declined. So I don't. We'll see. Let me see. But yeah, Tersa, Roger, what you called it? No, actually, Oculus is like $15 now. It's continuing to go down. So is it time to buy it? I do notice that there seems to be a uptick in volume of sales on the Oculus. Perhaps that's because it's getting cheaper, but it's not a very large uptick in volume. Oh no, it's decent amount. Like over the last like couple of days, it's been about 20 a day sold, and now it's a small uptick. But yeah, what do you think?
I personally think that it's a fun card. Like, it gives you access to more cards. And I misread it the first time that I saw it because I didn't know you can exile any card, even a land. Like, it'll exile a land from your graveyard and just give you an extra land drop, which is not the coolest thing in the world, but you can literally recast a spell. And even though it's at random, you've kind of tuned your deck to where every card that you have is important to your strategy, right? So I think that's what makes it very strong. The other thing that makes it very strong is the haste. Um, it was so sneaky. I didn't even realize that that was going to be such a strong part about the card. But even in the Oculus builds, you may you may just get your opponent close to dead when they try to stabilize. And this is a card that just hits the battlefield, hits them, and could just take over the game, getting netting you another card if your graveyard is pretty full. It has been very fun for people to play this card. And the only reason this even came up on my radar is because I watch a lot of pros kind of like play MTG, and a lot of people before the set came out were talking about this card in a way where they were very excited to see what how it played. Unfortunately for us, it plays really well. It's very, very fun to cast.
Yeah, and the
Oh, really?
card
Yes.
is still 40 cents on TCG Player right now. Um, could this be a good spec to buy it? Who knows? I think it certainly potentially could go to like $1. We'll really have to see if it maintains its prevalence in the standard meta because it's still early. Still decks are still being figured out, so it might not stay in like the popular decks. We'll have to see how the Jeskai Oculus deck does. But what's really interesting, Roger,
Hmm.
is that it appears that the top 3 decks are all Jeskai decks. Different Oh well, is it so blue red? And then there are 2 Jeskai decks. So there's the Jeskai Control deck that's very popular right now, which is different than the Oculus. There's the Jeskai Oculus deck, and then there's the Is It Spell Slingers. Have you seen this one? This one is just red aggro with some blue in it. It really runs that monastery. That slick shot show off. You know the one. You know the bird that's the 1/2 haste, and then whenever you cast a non-creature, it gets +2/+0. And running 4 copies of Corey Steel Cutter, another card that's been spiking up in price.
That card is gonna get banned, bro.
You think it's gonna get banned? Why is this card so good? I mean, like it looks good. Okay, I haven't played it myself, but like, why do you? It's not gonna get banned. You know what?
I mean,
nobody is playing Beanstalk anymore. That is not gonna get banned.
that's interesting. I mean, the only thing I think one of the things that's probably really great about it is the trample, I would think. Because I mean haste too, but I mean I've played almost any standard that I've played recently has always been red/blue aggro. Funny enough, which I'm going to talk about one card that I would love to see show up in standard, but I mean, so often what matters the most on all the mouse deck and all that kind of stuff is when you pump the heck out of that one creature. If the trample is a game changer, because if they chump it, then it was all pointless. You wasted so many cards and you dealt nothing. But trample makes sure that you get them closer to death every single time. So I don't know. There's some interesting things you could probably do with that. With the Steel Cutter, you can play a lot of like opt. You can play a lot of cantrips and then just always have a creature.
They're playing Enter the Enigma, man. You know the one mana.
Yeah.
Can't be blocked.
So I mean, and look at even on that one, like. If you have Enter the Enigma in hand, like you draw and Enter the Enigma, and they've killed all your creatures, but you have the Corey Steel Cutter, you can still even cast Enter the Enigma on one of their creatures, draw a card, and hope to draw into another spell, so you can get another creature and attack again.
It triggers the prowess on your creatures.
Exactly. So I can see why that card is so powerful. The one I was gonna say is the card that I really, really like, and I know why it probably doesn't fit. It's just it's the no haste, but I love Drakehatcher so much. I think that card is amazing, and now that blue is getting like slotted into some of the aggro decks, I would love to see that card show up more because I play that in standard, and it's a beast of a card.
You know what's
so?
Oh, go ahead, Roger.
Well, I was going to talk about this deck specifically. One of the It has a couple of different packages, but one of the strong packages it has the Storm Chaser's Talent package with that this talent ain't big enough, right? So when you loop that, you have unlimited otters. And
you get like 1 a turn.
Yeah, but notice how many creatures are in the actual deck. There's only 8 creatures in the actual deck, which the Corey Steel Cutter allowed that because now Corey Steel Cutter and Storm Chaser's Talent are all the creatures you're ever going to need. And now every other spell deals with the opposing deck. So if you're going against the mono red aggro, you board in all of your removal spells, and you get to go in. Or if you're playing one of the decks that is big mana go big, then you board in more of your counter spells, and it doesn't hurt you because you're not filling your deck with creatures. You already have Corey Steel Cutter and the Storm Chaser's Talent to create those creatures for you that can attack for 5, 6, 7, 8 sometimes. It's kind of cool.
That's pretty powerful.
You know what card is a huge surprise? Stock Up, man. The thing is a $10 uncommon. $10 uncommon. I thought Monstrous Rage at like $4 or $5 uncommon, or even we had Shelter by Ghost. Shelter by Ghost hit like $6 at one point, but it's nobody plays it, so it's down to like $1 now. But $10, and Stock Up is played literally everywhere. Legacy is played in Modern. It's played Standard. It's playing Commander. Like it's ridiculous. This card is so good. It's probably like the most valuable card in Aether Drift because Aether Drift is such trash. I mean, they got the lands, like the Verges. That's good. Which there's 4 of them.
They're gonna rise up. Their price is gonna get higher as the
Verges
set gets older. the verges will get a little bit more expensive as the set gets
Yeah.
older.
Anyway, well, this
Okay.
deck is pretty cool. I want to talk about another deck, the Jeskai Oculus deck. Now, this is a deck that I've had the chance to test or run and play in Arena.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so fun. I mean, you're just looting, drawing this card, and with Tursa, right? So you got Tursa for the draw this card. Oh, this one runs 4 Marauding Mako. It's so cool. You drop that on 1, and every card, almost every card in this deck lets you discard and draw. And so this thing gets big fast. And then you got Fear of Missing Out. My sleeper pick, my favorite card, double attacks. You know, you can trigger Tursa twice because it happens on attack, right? As long as you have enough stuff in your graveyard. It's just so cool. This deck is really cool. Steam Core Scholar. You have this is a new card from Tarkir Dragonstorm, Glacial Dragon Hunt. Just another draw discard, some burn. Winter Night Stories. Roger, you called this one too. Now, I don't really see this card being played too much anywhere else right now, and it's really only a 2 of in this deck, so I don't think that the price, and they're running only 2 Tursas now, okay? Before it was 4. So and because of that, it's not gonna, like, it won't move the price as much as, you know, running 4 of something.
Mhm.
But yeah, really fun deck.
And the props and eidetic memory. I love that card.
Yeah,
that card's awesome.
It's super cool deck. Really fun deck. So again, top 3 decks in standard right now. Is it Spellslinger deck, which is the aggro deck we were looking at, Jeskai Oculus, and Jeskai Control. This is an interesting deck. Okay, so this deck runs stock up, 4x of stock up, right? I mean, this card is just, I don't even think this card's gonna stop at $10. I think this card's gonna go to like $12-15 for an uncommon, which is ridiculous. 3 Bezes, 1 Meringue River Regent from Tarkir, 4 Shiko, Paragon of the Way. It's running this counter spell, the dragon counter spell, which is like Jeskai Revelation. This deck looks pretty spicy, man. What are your thoughts on this deck?
I've seen it in action. Shiko is the reason you play this deck. When Shiko enters, it makes a copy of something into a token, right?
Mm.
And when you get the copy, people do some really interesting things with it, right? So you have a couple of enchantments here that are really great to get out of the graveyard.
Temporary Lockdown and Rediscover the Way.
Rediscover the Way. There's also a list with what is the mice one? The saga. It makes you a mice, and then you can.
What was 3 Blind Mice, right?
Yeah, 3 Blind Mice. So you get the 3 Blind Mice from your graveyard. It's a token. Chapter 1, it gets you a mouse, and then when it goes to chapter 2, it copies a token, and you normally target the mouse. But you can copy the saga itself.
Really? And you just every other turn, or every turn you get that again?
Wow.
Yeah, so it just starts snowballing out of control. So there's really fun things Chico's doing in this deck. Because you have the Rediscover the Way, you're restocking your hand, getting it back, restocking your hand, getting it back. It's so cool how it interacts, and it just gives you another avenue in Magic. You're really using your graveyard. I think graveyard hate is going to be very important moving forward. So maybe
it already was, right?
Yeah, maybe the price in what the Ghost Vacuum might go up. We might see some things happen there, but really, really fun decks right now.
Yes. Yep. Looking good. Look at this. Look at this. This is just some NTGO challenge, the most recent one. But first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth place, top 6 all have red, and all have red blue except except 6th place. So that's just how prominent and how strong red blue is right now. And then at the end you have some Esper Pixies left over. But really interesting. There's no green at all. No green.
What happened to it was a Beanstalk deck. Wait, what happened to the enchantments and turning the
Overlords deck? I just think it's just too slow. These new decks are just the new control decks are just too control-y. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. Really quick, we're going to look at modern really, really quickly because we don't play any modern, so we don't really know too much about modern. But just look at the decks. See, you have Is It Prowess, Demir, Oculus, another Oculus deck. So those are the top 4 of the most recent tournament. Is It Prowess, and just more blue-red, right? I mean, Corey Steel Cutter, 4 of in this deck.
Wow.
You got, no stock up. Yeah, they're running 4 preordains. Storm Chaser's talents in this deck. Very interesting. Yeah.
On Monomorphos, just kind of, if that's a cantrip that costs you no mana.
Right. For what is Bedlam Reveler? One less for each instant. Prowess.
Yeah, and discard your hand, drop 3 cards.
This is just aggro, right?
Yeah.
That's a Prowess deck. Let's look at this Demir Oculus deck. So they're running Oculus, Murktide Regent, Psychic Frog.
Mm-hmm.
Again, no stock up. Force of Negation, 4 of. Man, Modern's wild. These cards are so powerful.
Yeah, and you can play an Oculus deck with no white because they can use Unearth instead.
Right, but in standard you have to play the white cards. Yeah.
And Eldrazi Ramp have 4
Eldrazi Ramp. Is it running Ugin? No.
Oh, interesting.
Emrakul, Promise End, Devourer of Destiny.
Oh, that's how you get him out.
How
you get the big guy. Emerge. You can sack your creatures to cast things fast, like cheaper.
Ulamog.
So.
Writhing Chrysalis and World Breaker.
And is there any evoke creatures in there, or at the top, or no?
No.
Okay.
No, but yeah, it's looking like that Orzhov Blink deck is it's just wow. These Is It decks all over the place. All right, well that's fun. All right, let's move on. So that's the metagame breakdown. Not that just something interesting to note. Just to take a look at the cards that are being played competitively. This is evolving really quickly these days because the TDM Tarkir just came out, really shaking things up because Tarkir is very powerful. And we're seeing new archetypes, which is different than what happened when Aether came out. It was just basically the same decks as before. So we're actually seeing new decks, which is very good. And goodbye Beanstalk, I guess. We'll see if that comes back. But or goodbye Zur Overlords. Okay, we got something really interesting, very exciting, Jared. The Final Fantasy MagicCon promo card has been announced. Let's take a look.
Oh, what is it?
Right here.
Yoshimaru.
Torgo
the Yoshimaru. I don't know this creature. I don't know him from Final Fantasy.
Me neither. I don't even know who Clive is.
I don't even know exactly. Yeah.
Oh, they tell you.
That.
FF16. Oh, see, that's why they put that on the bottom left. FF16.
Some of the ones have Roman numerals behind the character.
Yeah. What do you think about the art? I mean, there's been a lot of mixed reactions. Most people do not like it.
I don't like it at all. It looks like it's just like it looks like they took like a cutout of a picture and put it on top of a gray paper.
Yeah,
I mean,
some people were like, "Oh, I thought this was a joke."
Yeah. I mean, I like the creature. I wouldn't mind a copy of him. I don't have Yoshimaru, but I like the normal Yoshimaru picture is much better.
Well, you know what? You're gonna get one, and you know what? We gotta. My recommendation: sell this ASAP because this card is not good looking. I would rather have the regular Yoshimaru. Exactly. And so if you're not a Final Fantasy fan, and you got to be like I feel like the average person who likes Final Fantasy, who isn't like a diehard Final Fantasy person, I don't know what FF16 is. Like we stopped playing after FF7 or 10 or something.
Yeah, last one I wrote. Yeah.
So if they had put like a Chocobo or something from 7. Or 1 through 4 or whatever, but we don't know. Clive, and it's just too specific, and because of that, I don't think it's gonna. And also this weird background and how it looks like just someone glued a cut out. I don't think on the day of MagicCon, I think you could hopefully fetch like $50 from the vendors. The vendors will flip it for like 100, 150 for like the first 3 weeks.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, can you sell it literally at the con?
Yeah, you just sell it to the
Oh,
vendors immediately. They'll probably give you like $50 for it.
oh, interesting. Okay.
Anyway, we'll see. That's what people did with the Doctor Strange, and that's sitting at like $77 right now for the Doctor Strange counterspell, but holding up, doing much better than what I expect this will do. All right, okay, we're gonna talk about game changers, the EDH game changers, and unbannings. There's going to be an announcement next week on the 22nd, and that is what day is that? Next Tuesday, there's going to be an announcement, and I believe they're going to unban cards. So let's take a look at what
as an experiment was the.
I believe so. Yeah. So let's take a look at what cards are banned. Okay, I need to look it up.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna ban. I don't know if they're gonna ban any new cards.
Yeah, they said they're not banning new cards, and they're only possibly moving banned cards to the game changer list, which was the experiment idea.
Yeah.
And,
so
I mean, there's already been a lot of videos and talks, especially in any of the different like EDH like influencers and stuff have already given a lot of thoughts about this. And yeah, I have my own thoughts.
All right, so here's the list: Dockside Extortionist, Jeweled Lotus, Mana Crypt, and Nadu. Okay, Nadu's not getting.
Those are the recent ones, and the only one that I think that there's been talk about from those of that list, Jeweled Lotus is the only one that might get.
Yeah, I think it's a shoe-in. Jeweled Lotus has to be unbanned. Okay, so you don't think any of these are gonna get unbanned?
Mana Crypt will I say is a hard no, and Dockside I'll put in the maybe. Jewel Lotus I think is the most likely. Nadu is community banned. They don't want it back. It's unbelievably annoying and powerful to play. The thing that's so twisted about him is you have creatures you control that become the target, lets you like reveal the top, and you can play land or draw a card, but it can trigger only twice a turn. But the thing is, every creature on your board has the ability, and every creature's ability can trigger twice. So it becomes this giant math madness equation to target. I targeted Nadu twice, but now I can target my other creature twice and my other creature twice, and then you take half an hour turns, and sometimes you don't even win. It's what's it, Tulane all over again.
True.
But worse.
But worse. Yeah. I think Nadu is being played in like legacy tournaments. Like it's not banned in legacy, and it's just destroying everything there. Okay, so let me pull up the entire commander ban list. All right, any other?
There's thoughts about the Primeval Titan is big talks. I didn't. We played before it was banned, all three of us in Commander, but none of us really had him. But I've played him enough in Brawl that I know why he's banned, and oh my god, he is awful. I kind of don't. I can probably gonna be okay if they unban him. It's good on the game changer list, but he is a powerful card because he lets you grab any 2-land, not basic, any 2-land, and it's ETB and attack, and a lot of times they play him in blink decks, and basically he turns into very quick out of control mono ramp, and usually the people who play him are playing non-basics that really matter. And so getting your Urborgs and your Yamavayas and all your really really important lands, or always getting World Tree and having like nothing to worry about in your mono base and whatever. Your land, what is it? What's the land of the dead? The one that lets you bring zombie tokens in.
Well, look at the price chart of Primeval Titan.
Yeah,
there's a huge spike in about September of last year, then another big spike in about February of this year, and it just hasn't stopped going up since.
People think he's
so it's gone up 250% in the last year.
It could fetch you the Mistress Village.
Mistrise Village. Oh, we didn't talk about Mistrise Village. Or how Roger likes to call it Mistress. You know, we said all these things about Roger's like a guru. He knows the cards that are good. Well, I also want to point out Roger said Mistrise Village was going to be like $40, like greater than what's that, cave or something?
Urza's Cave?
Yeah.
What?
No, Urza's Saga?
No, the cave that doesn't
Cavern
of Souls. Do you want to retract your statement now, Roger, or make any changes to that?
Nah, we gotta wait and see. This thing's gonna rise for sure.
Rise like a phoenix from
Rise
the
like a
ashes.
phoenix. Has it been dropping?
Yeah, I mean, it's only been like a month or so, but it got up to like $22, $23, and it's sitting at $8-9 right now.
Time to pick them up, boys. Time to pick them up.
Okay, let me ask you this. All right, if you had to buy $1,000 worth of Mistrise Village, or $1,000 worth of Overlord of the Baelmerk, what are you buying?
What, Baelmerk is the black one?
Yeah,
I'm getting Village.
Village over Baelmerk.
Baelmerk's only valuable because, it's a good card, but once it's out of standard, its prices are going to crash.
You know what? Actually, none of the standard decks are running right now because they're all just playing Izzet or Jeskai. But they're not running this either.
Yeah, but this one is definitely going to be popular in the Commander community for a long time. And maybe because it's only like medium popular, it probably won't get a reprint for a long time.
You never know.
And if they unban Primeval Titan, this is a spell that you get countered. So like ECDH is gonna eat it up.
I mean,
all right, what else are they unbanning, Jared?
Recurring Nightmare there's talks of that one, because I would love to have that card unbanned, because its problem is it's an infinite combo creator for a lot of stuff, right? But there's already a lot of that on the game changer list, so it being on the game changer list feels a little bit more fair to me. But I don't think that one's.
Let's see how Recurring Nightmare price has been moving since. Let's see how good your. Oh snap! Look at that. Only 30% though in the last.
Like, and versus.
Oh, because this is on reserve list.
It's on reserve list, yeah. Like, and for example, if you want to look up ones that I think are probably not going to get unbanned, like Gristlebrand is probably not going to get unbanned. So let's see if his price, like, let's see if everybody's just specking on the reserve list, or if people are choosing targets. So just normal Gristlebrand, and he's still worth Jack. He's
they reprinted him in Innistrad Remaster, right?
That's true too.
Why would they?
So something interesting about Gristlebrand is that even when you listen to the official Wizards of the Coast cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
They all talk about how they replaced Gristlebrand with Atraxa, with the new Atraxa that just dropped.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But in a format like Commander, you have 40 life, so it's actually better than Atraxa. So it'd be interesting if they unban this.
Atraxa, the Grand Unifier?
I don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
I don't think they're unbanning him. That's way too much life.
Or Golos. Let's take a look at Golos, Tireless Pilgrim.
Okay, here I don't think Golos is gonna get unbanned. I never played against a Golos deck.
Golos has only one printing. They never reprinted him.
Yeah, but the reason that the original Commander rules committee banned him was because there was homogenization in the Commander format. Basically, there was a lot of commanders that you could swap for Golos, and your deck would just automatically be better. So
I see.
Because he lets you play every color, and then if you had whatever your strategy was, you could just put him in, and he might be better than your old choice. And so a lot of people were just playing him, and that's it. Like, you didn't even really care about like all of his stuff was just kind of bonus. Again, I think he also lets you look for any land, if I'm not mistaken, right? Not just
I
basics.
think so.
Uh,
I
yeah.
yeah. So well, I think some people are specking on this because look, it's gone up 100% in the last year. Two big
Interesting.
spikes.
100%.
Wow.
Two big spikes in the same time frame too. Look, February.
Hmm.
I'm guessing at the around this time in February is when they announced the April 20, like, or they made some announcement that there was gonna be unbannings. I'm guessing, and then there's a huge spike in like September, just like the other card, and that probably was when they made that announcement of the brackets or whatever. Any
I wouldn't. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I wouldn't put it past them to unban him. But again, we never really played against him in our play group, but I have played against him a fair amount in Brawl because he's legal in Brawl. And he's pretty awful to play against because it's always just ramp to him, and their deck is full of omniscience and expropriate and every game every extra turn spell you could possibly think of, or terrible game winning enchantment, and you basically just get him out and activate him, and you just kind of hope that you get one or even just one unbelievably powerful drop, and you win the game.
All right. Any other cards?
Leovold's not going to get unbanned. Leo, because he's everybody plays him with wheels, so everybody has to. He doesn't let other people draw more than one card. So if you wheel everybody, then you draw 7, everybody else draws 1. And him in the command zone. There's other cards that do that, but he's the only one that can be in your command zone that does it. And so that's why the people don't like him as much.
People specking on this stuff, man. 118% in the last year. I bet you there are people out there literally just buying every card on the ban list that they can afford.
Yep.
That's affordable.
Yep.
Obviously, they're not buying like Mox Jet, and this stuff's not getting unbanned.
No.
Library of Alexandria.
Power 9 is not.
Yeah. So forget that.
Caracas is not. Flash, there was talk of Flash being unbanned. Fastbond's not.
Flash. Let's see Flash.
No, that stayed low.
But look at that. Look at the same thing. 300% in the last year. Because it was like 50 cents.
It's a super broken card. But I could see it being on the game changer list. It could be good. It's 2 to cast, and you get to put a creature in for free that you have to sacrifice immediately. But if you have a really valuable ETB, then you get that for 2 mana.
That's a ridiculous card.
Yeah, and the way that they would, and a lot, or even it's if you have a powerful ETB or a die ability, because it gives you both.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's really, really, and that's why most people were playing Flash into Protean Hulk, so that would die, and then you'd get to bring like 2 different creatures from your deck into play, and a lot of times that was enough to win the game. So it would be second turn win the game for a lot of decks.
All right, so Jewel Lotus, very likely gonna get unbanned. What are your top 3 picks, Jared, for unbanning?
Let me just like scroll down.
Oh, Coalition Victory. I heard about Coalition Victory.
Yeah, they might do that one. Kinda.
Hey, do you still have your Coalition Victory?
I still have my Coalition Victory.
Well, let's see how it's done in the last year. Oh, they reprinted it, huh?
Oh yeah,
and again, look.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's interesting is, what the heck? This is like a $60 card. Oh no, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
It's like $5. Invasion, but 100%. I don't know, is lightly played. I don't know how TCG Player does this. Like, it just chooses lightly played, which has gone up 100% to $60, but does not seem accurate. But it does seem like it's too late now. But if you had bought almost any card on this list, now is the time to sell it.
And then when it's announced and it doesn't get unbanned, then the price crashes.
We'll see. Okay, but here's the thing, right? Like, let's just say Mana Crypt gets unbanned. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's gonna shoot up in price even more.
Oh yeah.
Or any card on this list, it's gonna just skyrocket in price.
Rofellas, there was talk of Rofellas being unbanned. I think Rofellas. I'd put him in my top 3.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So Rofellas, Jeweled Lotus.
And I think Primeval Titan's getting
Primal
unbanned.
Titan. Roger.
I want Recurring Nightmares to get unbanned personally.
Oh, I
Just
want. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm joining you. I'll swap Rofellas for that because I want
This
it.
isn't about
I
what you
want it
want.
unbanned.
This
I
isn't
want
what
it
you want.
unbanned.
it's so
All
good.
right, all right. You know what you gotta do, guys? Pick one card, and you gotta go buy it.
Oh
You
man.
gotta
I mean, I was actually highly contemplating buying Jewel Lotus, so maybe I'll put my money where
It's too late. It's too late now. It's too expensive
it's
now.
40. It's $40 now. It's 40. It's like between 40 and 60
Let's
bucks or
look.
something.
Let's look.
It got reprinted.
What's the cheapest one? Okay. We're just looking at the cheapest jewels.
Mhm.
Commander Masters. $59. Almost $60 for Jewel
But
Lotus.
but if you like going back to when it was legal, it was 100.
You could have gotten them for $27.50
Yeah, I
at
know.
its low.
So
But hey, yes, if you look at the 1 year chart on Jewel Lotus, down 50% still. So yes, it is still half off from its high or from where it was a year ago. But if you bought it at the low, it's gone up about 100% since then.
yeah.
But remember, right, when asset decreases by 50%, it has to increase by like
100%?
200%
Oh,
or
okay,
something
yeah.
in order to, right? Like if it was $100 and it goes down to 50, and if it goes up,
100%.
oh no, 100%. Wait, what?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
my
yeah.
math is terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, if it goes down by
Yeah,
50,
but
it has to go up by 100%.
it has to work twice as hard to get back
Yeah,
up.
or it has to increase twice as much to get back to where it was. Yes. So anyway, that's all right. Jewel Lotus, this is it. Roger, you still got yours?
Yeah.
How about the One Ring? Oh, they never banned that. That was banned in Modern.
Mhm.
But
The One Ring, I think it's on the game changer list. Yeah.
oh, is it?
Let me check.
But how has the price of the One Ring done since the banning? Why is it? Oh, it's because sorted by high to low. We sort
The
by
One Ring
best.
is on. The One Ring is a game shifter card.
Yes. So
That's how they're.
the regular
Oh.
One Ring is 60, about $60. See, it did take a big crash after the banning, and it hasn't really recovered much since then. So yes, all right. Well, we don't have too much else to talk about. Oh yes, this card, Jared, you brought up this card, Clarion Conqueror. It is not worth anything.
Yeah.
So
No, it's not. But I think I would say in the long haul, this card could be worth a little bit of something.
So the issue I have is just so cards with too many different variations or different types. Like, look at this. They printed this in Showcase. They printed this
I see.
Showcase Halo foil. They printed this regular in Borderless. There's four, don't
Yep.
disregard pre-release and promo pack, but there's 4 versions of this. You
Yep.
know, so it's got and that there's just a lot of supply, and so it has to be really, really popular for it to gain traction because of that. What you want to do is you want to target cards, and this is why the uncommons do so well, is because you want to target cards that don't have too many different versions. So if you look at stock up, right, see they don't print uncommons in Showcase and Borderless and blah 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 blah. Stock up literally has just one printing, like one version of this card. And look at this chart. 2,500% in the last 3 months. 146% in the last month. Oh, look, someone should buy this. It's only $4 for this one because the one right after that is at $10. This is like $4.20 plus $1.31 shipping, so it's gonna be like $5.50. But yeah, stock up, wild. Like it almost makes it worth cracking Aether Drift booster packs just to try to hit a stock up. Well, someone should do that because Aether Drift boxes are just so cheap. Like nobody wants Aether Drift. All right, finally.
But yeah, I mean, my last thought on Clearing Conquer too.
Yeah.
The thing about him is, I was just looking up. I know there are other cards that do similar things to him, because in a commander format, one of the things that he's most busted about is he turns off Monoroks and Treasures.
Right, and Monoroks and Treasures. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, treasure tokens can't be activated. He does it to you too, compared to just doing it to your opponents, though. But there are a lot of cards that do that to artifacts. And there are a couple artifacts that do that can be slotted into any commander deck. But he is a cheap dragon, not a creature type that doesn't matter, right? There's a lot of dragon decks, so having a pretty cheap dragon that has a really powerful ability. But I don't think there's any cards at the moment that deactivate all three things that he does. He turns off creatures, artifacts, and planeswalkers.
Right.
That's pretty. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's pretty good. It's got flying. It's a dragon. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, he is gonna get played in a meaner, like commander deck, like what a rank 3 or a 4. But
you got your
bracket 3
you got your bracket 3-4 decks ready for MagicCon.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I mean, against certain decks that him out hoses the whole flipping deck. They won't. They're playing Super Friends. None of their planeswalkers do anything. They're playing like a treasure deck. Their treasure can't be activated. They're playing clues. They're playing food. They're playing anything where creatures have really important abilities they need to activate. They can't do it. And if you're just playing a dragon deck with big beefy creatures that have triggered abilities instead of activated ones, then he's perfect. It doesn't even hurt your deck.
True. Yeah.
So just from a commander perspective, I don't know if based on all the cards that we've seen or the decks that are really prominent in standard and modern, I don't think he slots really well into many of those.
Yeah, maybe I could see it being like a sideboard if there's something you need to stop, like Ghost Vacuum or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's really it, right? I mean, there wasn't really anything else with you need to stop triggered abilities. You need to stop the prowess triggers and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I did a little while we were looking all this stuff up because I wanted to know about the little Final Fantasy dog, and apparently in Final Fantasy, he's not the first dog to kind of follow around the main character. In Final Fantasy VII, there was a dog named Baby that would follow Cloud around. But
I kind of remember that. But it was like only in a certain area.
Yeah, but I believe Torgal is the first one that is a part of your companionship, and you could actually use him in the game. So I think it's very, very important, and he follows around the main character of the story. So you might get a little something out of this. People might really want it.
I mean, it's nice. You get something. Like it's Final Fantasy themed, just like Doctor Strange was last year. So it is going to be special. And Yoshimaru Ever Faithful is a good card. I mean, it's probably, it's better than Counterspell. Like Counterspell is a great card and is actually used, but there's so many variations of Counterspell. Although, and they just printed the best one yet. It's the meme SpongeBob Counterspell. Why would you play Doctor Strange? You could play the SpongeBob Counterspell.
You know what? I was gonna mention. I know all my trash talking about the Deadpool Secret Lair, our last one, that I opened the Deadpool Lair. The cards look a little better to me in person. I'm kind of behind them. I'm kind of behind them now.
All right,
But I've got I've put them in a really silly black and red deck that could play pretty much all of them. So them being collectively in a deck that's meant to be kind of a goofy deck kind of made it that much better.
Did you make a Wolverine deck yet?
I put it in a deck. I didn't make him the commander. He's in a deck already.
Okay. All right, last thing to wrap things up. Magic the Gathering live action movie. Are we watching it? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Are we getting together? Like are we dressing up? Dude,
I'll put on
we're dressing up. Like, you know what? Let's do a thing. Like, let's have like some like competition thing, and the loser, like we'll all go watch it together, and the loser of like, you know, like our commander thing or whatever has to dress up when they go to watch it. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
That's a good
That
one.
would be so good.
Yeah, you guys down? All right,
Yeah.
that's it. You heard it here. You heard it first on the amazing podcast of Magic Talk. That the loser, and we're gonna record it, and we're gonna post it on the YouTube.
Oh my gosh, that'd be great.
All right, you heard it here. We're doing it. Look forward to it whenever this movie comes out.
In 3
in 3 years.
Okay.
And they're trying to get, they're saying they're trying to get like the Blackberry movie director. I didn't watch the Blackberry movie. Did you guys watch that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I hope the movie gets made. We're gonna watch it regardless. It's probably gonna suck, but one of us is dressing up.
Yes.
And it's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be awesome. All right, well, thank you everyone. Hit our 45-minute mark. We'll see you next week. And when we do see you next week, we can talk about what actually got banned or what actually got unbanned. All right. See you later, guys.